सोमय दीदी
ओं सर्वमंगला मंगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते।
ये हमारे नेता हैं।
एक चौथाई लोग भी नहीं थे सभा में।
ये उनकी इलेक्शन रैलीज हैं और ये हमारे जान के साथ खेला हो रही है। Since the beginning of the 8th phase West Bengal elections on 27th March and the end of the 5th phase on 17th April, the number of daily corona cases that the state was recording has gone up by 8 times. No, seriously. On 27th March, Bengal saw 812 new daily cases. On 17th April, at the end of the 5th phase, that number was 7713, increasing to 8419 on 18th April. What happened? Well, the second wave of COVID-19 hit our country, and our Prime Minister, our Home Minister, our Chief Minister, and every other Neta really thought that election rallies take precedence over a raging pandemic. So, over the last month, the Trinamool Congress and the Bharatiya Janata Party have been competing with each other over who could get more people in their rallies. Rallies in which people were not wearing masks, not maintaining social distance, and in which the pandemic wasn't even a fleeting mention. So in this election, the people of Bengal were not just asked for their votes but also for their lives. And from the looks of it, it does not seem like they had too much of a choice in deciding either. Here are 3 reasons why. Now, whenever we talk about how ridiculous it is to be having election rallies in the middle of a pandemic, the most common response is, "अरे पर Delhi and Bombay में तो election नहीं हो रहा है, लेकिन वहाँ पे the number of cases are so much more than in West Bengal or Kolkata. So what's the problem with election rallies?" Well, the problem is that Bengal is testing almost half of what Delhi or Maharashtra is testing. As of 18th April, Bengal was testing around 47,000 people a day. The corresponding number was 86,000 in Delhi and 2.7 lakh in Maharashtra. In fact, states almost the same size as Bengal like Tamil Nadu and Karnataka were also testing almost double at over 1 lakh per day. So it's not difficult even for a layman to assess that the actual number of COVID cases in Bengal might actually be a lot more. But instead of talking about the need to amp up testing, here's what the who's who of Indian politics is talking about in Bengal.
লা ইলাহা ইল্লাল্লাহ মুহাম্মদ রাসূলুল্লাহ। আমি যখন শিখ করি আমি তখন বলি বয় গুরুজি কা খালসা বয় গুরুজি কা ফতে। আমি যখন খ্রিস্টান করি আমি বলি গড ইজ গড, গড ইজ গ্রেট, মে গড ব্লেস অল অফ ইউ।
मुझे बताओ वर्तमान वालों, पूर्वस्थली वालों, बंगाल में घुसपैठ रुकनी चाहिए या नहीं रुकनी चाहिए?
I mean, let's focus. The aim right now is to keep Corona out. Infiltrators are not even in the top 5 of the country's most important problems right now. Probably what is most disconcerting for all of us is exactly this, that electoral gains trump public health, at least for our elected representatives. The Prime Minister and the Home Minister, who are camping more in Bengal than talking about COVID strategies, bear testimony to the same. In fact, when asked in an interview by a TV channel if election or election rallies should be held in such a situation, Home Minister Amit Shah said, and I quote, "You wouldn't be asking this question if the BJP was not winning." Yes, you're right. We only care about COVID because you might be winning this election. Similarly, on a day when the state saw more than 8,000 daily cases, its highest single day spike ever, this is what the Prime Minister chose to boast about at a rally in Asansol.
आज आपने ऐसा दम दिखा दिया है, ऐसी ताकत दिखा दी है। मैं जहां देख सकता हूं मुझे लोग ही लोग दिखते हैं, बाकी कुछ दिखता ही नहीं है। क्या क्या कमाल कर दिया आप लोगों ने।
On the other hand, Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee took a leaf out of the Prime Minister's book and thought this is the reason behind the rising COVID cases in Bengal.
বাংলায় কোভিড ছিল না, ওই বহিরাগত গুন্ডাদের নিয়ে এসে বসিয়ে রেখে দিয়েছে। সব বহিরাগত কোভিড নিয়ে এসছে আর এখানে কোভিড ছড়িয়ে দিয়ে সব চলে যাচ্ছে।
She has, however, very generously, after conducting a massive rally in Kolkata on the 18th of April, announced that she will not be holding any more rallies in the city and that all her other rallies will be less than 30 minutes in duration. Who that will help or how that will help, we do not know yet. It is also important to note that this is just for Mamata Banerjee's rallies. All the other TMC leaders are campaigning just the same and are seeing the same amount of crowds in their election rallies. Similarly, the Congress's Rahul Gandhi, who has held one poll rally in Bengal this election season, also said that he will not be holding any more rallies in the state. But will the state unit of his party follow suit? While we can expect political parties to be doing all this, one would hope that the Election Commission, a neutral nodal body, would be more empathetic towards the general public. After a directive by the Calcutta High Court, the Election Commission held an all-party meeting, after which it came up with the very unique and important decision of curtailing election campaigns between 7 p.m. to 10 a.m. every day. Because remember that midnight rally which saw lakhs of people? No, we don't either. Since the end of the fourth phase of the elections, activists and some political parties had also suggested that the final 4 phases be clubbed into one. This was of course supported by the Trinamool Congress, which would benefit from such a decision, as all the seats that are going to polls in the remaining phases are seats that the Trinamool is strong in. The party had also always opposed an 8-phased election. However, this was strongly opposed by the BJP and surprisingly by the left front as well, which had earlier announced that it will not hold any more election rallies in light of the pandemic. In short, most parties did not want a shorter elections, and the one that did not want it because they cared about you. But come 2nd May, one of them will be governing your state, and you would have probably chosen them while getting COVID on your way to the polling booth. And they said 2020 was a bad year.